Amazing Leaders, Tabitha here. So, one thing I have learned from this business and all my years in this business is that there are always two constants at play. We have our choices, which we'll always have to make, and we have circumstance, which is always going to be going on around us. Sometimes that's circumstance of life, sometimes it's the world around us, the economy, our company, our home office. And we actually have no control over that constant. It is unpredictable and there's really nothing we can do about it. But the other constant, our choices, we have complete control over that. And the good news is when we make the right choices, those choices can overpower any circumstance thrown our way that's going on around us. So, I want to break down 5 choices that we make as leaders that I think have the greatest level of influence on our team's success, but also on overpowering those circumstance moments. Some of what I'm going to talk about comes from this amazing book, The Leadership Journey. It's a pretty quick read that I highly recommend for really all levels of leadership. So, the first choice that we make as leaders is to choose to be the results that we desire from our team. In this book, they talk about look in the mirror and how critical it is for leaders to look in the mirror and be what they want to see in others. And so we need to do that. We want our team members to have a consistently full party calendar and to recruit every month and to set goals and to stick with them. We need to be all of those things that we wish to see in our team members. So that is the first critical choice for us to make as leaders for success and to combat any circumstances. The second choice that we make as leaders is to choose a positive attitude. And yes, this is a choice. To me, a positive or negative attitude is simply a habit of reaction to something. And so habits can be changed. If your habit is not of one of a positive attitude, it is a choice that you absolutely want to make with your business because number one, it makes things a heck of a lot easier to just choose a positive attitude amidst whatever's going on. But also, number two, our team is watching us. And we obviously have found that it is much better and more pleasant to work with people when they are choosing a positive attitude as well. So we need to model that and make that choice for ourselves. The third choice that we have to make as leaders is to radiate enthusiasm. Now, how lucky are we that we have so much to be enthusiastic about in this business? Being enthusiastic is not an extrovert thing. Any introvert or shy or quiet person can radiate enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is simply a belief, a strong belief in something. So I know that we all have this strong belief in our books and in our company's mission and in our host program and in our business opportunity and absolutely in our leadership opportunity. So we need to choose to radiate that enthusiasm of all those business fronts to our team members because it's contagious. And we want that to be what's contagious on our team is enthusiasm. When we constantly are in touch with the enthusiasm of what we're doing in our business and our team members are as well, well, we are just setting ourselves up to really be able to combat any of that unpredictable circumstance that might end up going on around us. The fourth choice that we make as leaders is to choose to be inspiring. Now, I used to always say to empower other people, but it was through this book that really uncovered the truth that we can't empower an individual. That has to come from within the individual, but we can choose to inspire them so that they will empower themselves. Just like us, all our team members have businesses as well. So those two constants that I started with, circumstance and choices, well, that holds true for them as well. And they have their own business choices to make. We don't have any control over what choices exactly they're going to choose, what action they're going to take with their business. We can't make that decision for them. That has to come from them. But we can influence their choices. That's our job here, is to just do our best in influencing those choices for the best. And one thing that we do is by making that choice to be inspiring as a leader. Now, maybe you don't see yourself as inspiring, but it's definitely time to make that choice and realize that you are. One of the books I've read, I think it's called The Leadership Playbook, talks about how the leader who is closest to an individual holds the greatest level of influence over that individual. So that means you hold the greatest level of influence on your central group and on your first line leaders. And that means you have the opportunity to be the most inspiring to them. The more inspiring you are to them, the more likely they're going to make the choice to be empowered to make any decisions that they want with their business. And anyone can be inspiring. This book talks about 3 ways to be inspiring. The first is to be yourself. Authenticity is a magnet for people. And if you are yourself and you are authentic, then you are actually just opening the door for people to trust you, your team members to trust you, and to receive that inspiration. Second way to be inspirational is to demonstrate that authentic belief. All that awesome belief that we have about everything about our business, just demonstrate that for them. Let that be contagious, and that will be inspiring. And the third way to be inspiring is to make an emotional connection with your team members. And we've been talking about that a lot more in this business, about building those relationships with people, because we are all human beings. And so we need to just remember that and to really be intentional with making that connection, because when we do, it also elevates that level of trust. And when our team members trust us, that's when they're going to be the most receptive to the inspiration that we put out to them and be more likely to choose to empower themselves within their own business. So, choose to be inspiring with your team members. The fifth and final choice that we make as team leaders is to choose to cast vision and purpose. And this is really critical and necessary for us to all feel a responsibility for our team members. So think about our company, how we have a very clear vision every year of certain goals that we want to reach and the growth that we want to have together as a company. And that's the vision, the what. What are we going to do? The purpose is the companion to vision. It's the why. And we have a very clear connection to our purpose with our company, our mission statement. It is so powerful, that purpose. Just imagine if those things weren't in place, it would make it really difficult for us as leaders to cast that vision and purpose for our own team members. But instead, we kind of ride on the coattails of our company in doing that, and we cast our own vision and purpose behind it. We decide, well, what are we going to do as a team together over this next year? That's the vision, the what. But then we need to remember to communicate the purpose behind it, not just once, but continuously and constantly. Keeping that purpose in front of our team is going to greatly help. When circumstance happens, we will be clear with, okay, that might be going on, but we've got this big reason why we're going to keep moving forward as a team and as individual business owners. So the first reason we make that choice is to just give them that inspiration to be a part of that. Everyone wants to be a part of something bigger. But we also need to model that so that they then can do the same and make that choice for their own individual business. If we provide that for them, they're going to ride on our coattails and be able to, it will be much easier for them to say, okay, well, this is what I'm part of on this team. So this is what I'm going to do. This is the vision that I'm going to cast for my own personal business, whether that's promote to team leader or earn the next trip or whatever that is. And we want to encourage them to really get in touch with the purpose behind their vision with their business. Dream boards are an excellent way to do that. So, by us making that choice with our own team and our own business, we're not only modeling it, but we're also giving them something bigger to be a part of that makes it easier for them to make that choice for themselves as a business owner as well. So, when we really, instead of focusing on the circumstance constant in our business that we have no control over, and we shift that focus over to these five choices. I mean, we have many choices to make in business, but these five choices that we can make as leaders, um, you will find that it can absolutely override anything else going on, and it can keep us on the same trajectory that we have set for our business and to reach those same goals that we want no matter what's going on around us. And that definitely makes more business more successful and definitely more fun. Happy leading.